Hello chemistry students. The purpose of today's video is to review how to find the molar mass. Now I think that this worksheet does a really good job of walking you through step by step, but I just wanted to do problems 4, 5, and 6 with you so that you could see how they work out. So in order to do this, you will need your calculator. You will also need your chem helper. So if you need to put this on pause and go and get those things, then you should go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's take a look at number 4. What the question asks is find the molar mass of lithium hydroxide, which has a formula of LiOH. Well, here, our very first element that we need to find the atomic mass for is lithium, which is Li. And remember that all elements have abbreviations that begin with a capital letter. So, if you have an element that has a capital letter and a lowercase letter, you need to look for Li on the periodic table, and then O would be separate, and then H would be separate. So we're going to start with lithium, which is Li. So this is a little snip of a periodic table. Obviously, it's not the whole thing, but I just wanted to show you where to find the atomic mass for the elements. For lithium here, we see that we have atomic mass of 6.941, but for this class, it's all right if you round that to 6.94. So just round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so back to our worksheet. We said that our atomic mass for lithium is 6.94. And remember that when we're looking at molar mass, that's always going to be measured in grams. Now we have to find the molar mass of oxygen. So we're going to flip back to our periodic table. And here, when we find oxygen, we see that the molar mass is 15.999, so we can just round this to simply 16.00. So we're going to add 16 grams. And then we have to find the molar mass for hydrogen. And here for hydrogen, we see that the molar mass is 1.0079. Rounding to the nearest hundredth, we can say that the mass is 1.01. Okay, so back to our worksheet, we're going to add 1.01 grams. And in your calculator, all you're going to do is add 6.94 plus 16 plus 1.01, and you should get a total of 23.95 grams per mole. And this is your answer. So what this means is that if you weigh out 23.95 grams of lithium hydroxide, you know that you have a mole of lithium hydroxide. Another way of saying that is that 1 mole of lithium hydroxide weighs 23.95 grams. We also know that since a mole of lithium hydroxide weighs this much, we know that 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of lithium hydroxide weighs that much. So we can glean a lot of information just by knowing the molar mass of something. So let's try the molar mass of water, H2O. Now we have something a little bit different from above, and we have a little subscript of 2 here. Now the subscript always refers to the element that it's to the right of. So I know that I have 2 hydrogens. So from our previous problem, we found that hydrogen has an atomic mass of 1.01 grams per mole. So all I'm going to do is multiply that by 2 times 1.01. And then I'm going to add the mass of oxygen, which I also found to be 16 grams. And when I add that together, I find the molar mass of water to be 18.0 0.02 grams per mole. And then for our last example, we're going to find the molar mass of a compound called magnesium sulfate. So most of these elements we haven't found molar masses for, so I'm going to be flipping back and forth between the periodic table and this worksheet. So let's go and find the molar mass for magnesium. Okay, so here is magnesium, and we see that the molar mass is 24.31 grams. I also remember magnesium sulfate has a formula of MgSO4, so I'm just going to find all of the molar masses on here first. Next we need sulfur, and sulfur is here, and it has a molar mass of 32.065. So I am just going to change that to 32.07. And then here's oxygen again, but this time we have 4 oxygens, so we need to multiply 4 times 16 on our worksheet in order to figure out the total mass of all of those oxygens. Alright, so here we are back on our worksheet. So to find the molar mass of magnesium sulfate, I'm going to add 24.31 plus 32.07 plus 4 times 16. And when I add all of that up, I get 120.38 grams per mole. And that's how you find the molar mass. The molar mass is something that is going to need to be calculated when we do our next round of problems, changing moles to grams. So this is a step that you need to know how to do. So make sure that you do your assignment for tonight. And thanks for listening.